Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 8, Episode 7. It's titled Brace for Impact. These damn titles just annoy me. Let's go fast because it was a lot of information. Let's start with Daniel and Lisa. So we see them in bed, but it must not be the next morning after he had picked her up from the airport because she's wearing something different. Last time we saw her, she was wearing a red teddy. Now she's wearing, look like a t-shirt or something. So this must not be the morning after he had picked her up from the airport. So she's kissing him all over his chest, and she told him he has a nice arse and nice belly button. So this is another night. This is not the night he picked her up from the airport. That night, all they did was go to bed. This night, they actually did something. So they are lying in bed, and she told him they have to talk about last night. She told him it was awful. She told him she was upset with him. He said, why? She said because she expected more than what happened. Lisa told us that last night was uncomfortable and strange. She said he didn't finish and he wasn't fully hard or erect, whatever you want to call it. She said she was wet and ready to go. They like to tell us everything, don't they? But now she feels like he doesn't want her. Daniel told her he was stressed last night. Daniel said in the confessional that when a man is stressed, he finds it difficult to perform well. And he said he was really tired too. All these excuses, Daniel. All these excuses. But then he told her that he gave it to her that morning. What the hell is she bitching about? She told him he is bigger than she expected. She told him it was painful at first. Why do they like to tell us everything? He asked her if that was why she was screaming. She said it got good afterwards. Lisa is happy, but she still has to tell Daniel all her little secrets. I don't think she should tell him anything, but it's too late now because she already told us, so it's out there, you know? But I wouldn't have told him nothing. So next, Daniel took Lisa to the market. Lisa is fascinated by everything at the market. The lady thought she was going to buy a chicken, so the lady handed her a chicken. And she said, I can't kill a chicken. She said she had chickens as pets, and they used to watch DVRs and TV. Daniel couldn't believe her chickens used to watch TV. So next, he took her to a fabric store and told her she has to dress in their traditional garb to go visit his uncle for his blessing. So she's confused. She goes, she said, at the airport, he gave us his blessing. He said, thank you for accepting Daniel, and he gave us his blessing. He said, nope, we got to get an actual blessing. He said, it's supposed to come from his father, but his father is sick. So uncle they got to meet with the uncle. The uncle got to take all the messages back to the father, and that's how it goes. Excuse me. He said the father is sick. I don't think the father is sick. The father don't want to be on no TV, and I don't blame him. He ain't getting paid. They said the foreigners don't get paid. Only Americans get paid. He ain't getting paid and they want him on TV. I wouldn't be on TV either unless you pay me. Okay? So Lisa is shocked that she got to get blessing, the uncle blessing. She thought everything was, good to go. But I believe that when you go to a foreign country, or when you're dating somebody in a foreign country, you need to know their culture. You need to know their country. You need to research stuff, their lifestyle and stuff, and figure that stuff out. You don't just willy-nilly go to the country and expect everything to be fine, and then they're going to talk about, you didn't tell me this, you didn't tell me that, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. You should have done your researches, right? You should have done your research. So the lady tied the thing on her head, and Lisa said she won't remember how to do it herself. How about you Google it, Pinterest it, YouTube it, figure it out. The lady then told Lisa the wrap that she's going to wrap around her body, she's not going to cut it because Lisa is too fat. Lisa didn't like that. But Daniel told her, you're not fat. So then she called over a tailor. The tailor measured Lisa, and then they would start stitching up something for her to wear. So, yeah, Daniel, let me see. So Lisa is worried that Uncle's going to ask a whole bunch of questions, and she may have to reveal some stuff. So next, they get into a car, and they're driving somewhere, and Lisa told Daniel that she is fuming. She's fuming because he called her fat. Daniel didn't call her fat. Daniel said, "You're not fat." She told him she is stressed and she needs to vape. He told her she promised she would not smoke. She told him she is frustrated with him. She told us that Daniel wants her hair a certain way and he wants her to ask him if she's going to have a drink and he doesn't want her to vape. Lisa said she is stressing out and she wants her vape. Daniel said if Lisa wants to marry him, she has to learn how to tie the headdress because she was bitching about how, she's not going to know how to tie that headdress. So Daniel took Lisa to a restaurant, bar, lounge. I don't know what that place was. Daniel said Lisa has to learn his language and his culture. That's not going to happen, Daniel. That is not going to happen. Sorry. So they are at this bar / lounge / restaurant, and he's teaching her how to drink palm wine. And then they brought fufu to the table, and Lisa said she researched how to eat fufu, and she was trying to impress Daniel with how she was, eating the fufu. She was rolling it, she dipped it, and she ate it, and he criticized everything she did. He was very critical. Then he wanted her to eat soup with her fingers, and she didn't want to do that. She wanted a spoon. Then he wanted her to say palm wine in his language, and she wasn't pronouncing it correctly, and Daniel was very forceful and domineering and obnoxious. Lisa told him not to talk to her the way he was talking to her. He was talking to her very forcefully, like. She said, "Quit talking to me like that." She said, "I'm done talking to you." He said to her, "I hope you are not drunk." Then he started waving his hand in her face. Lisa told him he is the one that's drunk. She told him to put down the wine and talk to her nicely. He told her to stand up and walk. He wanted her to walk to see if she was staggering, to see if she was drunk. So she said, "You want me to walk?" So she got up and she walked out the door. That's something I would do. That is exactly something I would do. But I wouldn't go outside and stay there. I would leave. I'd probably be at the airport trying to catch a flight. So Daniel is saying, come back. But she walked out the door. But she went outside to vape. I thought she was leaving. I thought she was going to get in the car and leave. But she just went outside to vape. Daniel caught her vaping, and he wasn't happy about it. But he went over to talk to her. She asked him why was he talking to her like that and waving his hand in her face. And Daniel lied. He said, "I thought you were asleep. I was trying to see if you were asleep." He said, "The palm wine will get to you. It'll put you to sleep. It'll make you drunk. It'll do all kinds of things to you." She said, "Well, why did you give it to me?" She told him not to get mad if she can't pronounce things because she's an American. So he tried to make up with her. He apologized to her, but she ain't having it. She's still pissed at him. So they go back into the restaurant. He told her he's nervous because she's going to meet with his uncle the next day. Daniel said he told his uncle that she is a Christian. He said, "We don't smoke." She told him she's trying to quit. He said, Daniel said, "Well, should I tell my uncle that you're trying to quit or that you don't smoke?" That was sarcastic. I kind of liked it. I like being sarcastic. I like a sarcastic person. She told him, "Just don't tell him anything at all." Daniel said, "In my family, we don't lie." He said, "No matter how hard it is, we don't tell lies." And now he's eating with a fork, but he wouldn't let her eat with a spoon. He's sitting there eating with a fork, but he wouldn't let her eat her soup with a spoon. So Lisa asked him, if the uncle doesn't give the blessing, are we still going to get married? He said, "Nope, we ain't. That's it." And now she's scared that she's going to lose Daniel if she tells him her secrets. Next, we have Forrest and Sheena. They squeeze themselves in this little tricycle, and they're on their way to see her parents. Forrest is worried that because he thought he was going to go see Sheena's parents and put his foot down about them taking money from her and taking advantage of her and treating her badly. He thought he was going to, go pump his chest. But now he found out that he is going to meet the parents so they can get approval of him. And he's scared because he don't have no job. He can't take care of her. So he's worried. He's worried that he won't get a parent's approval. So Forrest met Sheena's father, Steve, and her sister, Katrina, and they didn't meet the mother because the mother is sick. They always say the mother or the father is sick. No, they don't want to be on camera. Just say it. They don't want to be on camera. I respect that. Hell, the foreigners, they're not getting paid, so why should they be on camera? That's how I feel about that. But the meeting was awkward. They didn't know what to say to each other. But then they showed Forrest around, and it's a beautiful place. It's a bed and breakfast. They run out of their own home, and they always need things to be fixed, and that's why Sheena is always giving them her money. Forrest said it's a nice fancy place, but he thought they were desolate and they were going to starve without Sheena's help. Sheena said there are things she needs to tell Forrest, and she is worried that everything will fall apart. Sheena likes to hide things, don't she? Everybody in this season, they're liars. So next day, sit down to dinner. Forrest said Sheena made him think her parents were awful. But now she's saying that they're decent people. And now he sees for himself that they're actually nice people. Sheena has a problem with telling lies. She does. Forrest told Sheena's father that he told Sheena's father and her sister that his mother was afraid he was walking into a scam. I don't understand how the mother could think he's walking into a scam. Forrest ain't got no money. What are they scamming him about? What is this a scam Forrest about? Sheena makes more money than Forrest. She has a profession. Her family live in might as well say a resort. They live way better than Forrest lives. So why are they scamming? Why would they be scamming Forrest? All he's got is his disability check. So the father said, when we meet her tomorrow, we will prove her wrong. We will prove to her that we are not scammers. Forrest told them that he couldn't come sooner because he don't have no money. And then Sheena's like, babe, just eat your food. You know, she don't want him to say nothing. She wants, be quiet, just eat your food. Don't say nothing, you know. Just enjoy your meal. She don't want him to shut the hell up. But then the sister peeped it. The sister asked him, well, so what's your job? He told her, this is going to be mind-shattering, he said. He said he is unemployed. He's receiving disability. But Sheena should have told them this. She should have told them this. But Sheena's a bona fide liar. She's a bona fide liar. The sister asked him what is his disability. He told them he has autism. The sister asked if his disability supports his daily life. He said, yeah, it supports my daily life, but it can't support a wife and kids. It can't support a family, a whole family. Then he said he believed he'll be able to get a full-time job. That's a lie. Forrest is not going to get no job. Forrest does not want to work. If Forrest wanted to get a job, he would have been gotten a job. But the father went ahead and gave the blessing. The father told him, in order to survive, you have to have a proper job. The father gave his blessing. The father did give his blessing. But he told Forrest that he has to help Sheena. The father told Forrest that Sheena has been helping us. And then Forrest said, how has Sheena been helping you? And he already knows. I don't know why he asked that question. The father said, sometimes we lack funds and Sheena help us to pay. And then the sister told Forrest that she is looking forward to meeting his parents. No, you ain't, girlfriend. I know you ain't. That poor lady don't know what she's talking about. So Forrest realized that Sheena is a bona fide liar, and when his mother comes the next day, she's going to flip her lid. Next up, Aviva and Stig. They go to San Pedro, where Stig will be performing that night. He said she was worried that he's still in love with his ex, but last night in the hotel room, he said he was able to calm her down. We know what that is. They had unprotected sex again. Unprotected sex with a stranger. So they are out drinking coconut water, and she asked him what songs will he be singing at his show. Stig said, Marry Your Daughter and TMTM. I don't know what the hell that is. And he said the song Vicky. Aviva remembered that her aunt told her that Stig left his concert with a girl named Vicky. So she asked him, who is Vicky? He said it's an old girlfriend from many years ago. Aviva told him that she heard rumors that he left with Vicky after one of his shows. Stig denied it. He said he didn't go home with anyone. Aviva told him that it was in the news. Stig told her Belize is into fake news. He has an answer for everything. She told him she didn't want him to sing the song Vicky. He told her it's his most popular song and he is going to sing it. So next, they go to the club where Stig will be performing. And he sang the first song, and Aviva is up in front dancing. And then he sang the Vicky song, and some random girl was on stage, and he was singing the Vicky song to her, and Aviva got pissed. So she started texting somebody about what was going on. But Aviva was not the only one not paying attention. There was other people in the club not paying him any mind. The majority of people in the club were ignoring him. And I wonder how much he got paid for that performance. The last song he sang, he messed up his lyrics. He forgot the lyrics. And he claimed it was because Aviva wasn't paying attention to him. That's why he messed up his lyrics. Next, so he's not a professional. He's not a professional. A professional person wouldn't mess up his lyrics because of one damn person in the whole club. Next, they leave the club and go to the hotel. When they get to the room, she asked him to give her a foot massage. He said maybe. She told him she had a good time and he did a good job. She asked him if she handled everything okay. He said, I guess. Then she asked him, what did I do wrong? He told her she was on her phone texting during his performance. In her confessional, she doesn't think she did anything wrong because he sang that song that she asked him not to sing, that Vicky song she asked him not to sing, and then he was singing to another girl. And she also said it wasn't even a big event. And she's right, it wasn't a big, it was some rinky-dink club. And half the people weren't paying attention to what the hell he was singing about. They weren't paying attention to him. They were ignoring him. They were talking, drinking, laughing, doing their own thing. Half of the people in the club were. And his performance was mediocre. He forgot his damn lyrics. His own damn lyrics. But she told him sorry. Then she told him she doesn't have anybody here, so she got to text her people, you know. Stig said, do what you want to do. When they were in the confessional, he told her she killed his vibe and he blamed her because he forgot the words to his own damn song. Now Aviva is afraid Stig is going to break up with her. We have Laura and Bir Khan. Laura told Bir Khan that everybody think he's after a green card and her money. And now that she found out that he is $50,000 in debt, she's thinking the same thing. Bir Khan said if he was using her for a green card, he would not have told her about his debt. So they go back to the Airbnb and Laura is talking to the producer. And she said Bir Khan had promised to provide and protect her. And now she's finding out he can't do any of that. So she's worried. So she goes to the kitchen where Bir Khan is washing dishes to talk to him. And he distracted her with sex. And she told him she can't resist him. So next, Bir Khan took Laura to a place that makes evil eye beads. Bir Khan claims the evil eye beads will protect you. So they made evil eye beads. While they are making evil eye beads, Laura asked him about his family. Bir Khan told her they don't have a relationship. He don't have no relationship with his family. And that's weird because all these foreign countries, these people are very, very close to their family. They live in their family's house until it's time for them to get married. They're very, very close. And even after they get married, they still live with their parents. Look at Sumit. And all them other people, I can't remember their names. You know, they live with their family sometimes until they get married. And they live with their parents after they get married in these foreign countries. So it's very shocking that he doesn't have a relationship with his family. He told her his parents are not happy because he's with her. I think he's lying. I think he's lying. Bir Khan told her his friends are his family. So Laura said, well, I can relate to that because Michael, I feel the same way about Michael. Bir Khan told her, F Michael. He told her he doesn't trust Michael. And Bir Khan is right because Michael has other feelings for her other than friendship. Before she came to Turkey, she talked to him and she tried to, get him to step up to the plate. But he didn't. He started crying. I don't know why he was crying instead of trying to step up to the plate. So he does have feelings for her other than friendship. So yeah, Michael needs to go. Laura told Bir Khan that Michael is very important to her life. Bir Khan told her he wanted her to cut Michael out of her life. Laura said, so I have to choose between the two of you? Bir Khan told her that when they get married, Michael will not be a part of their life. I agree with him. She said, Michael is not trying to make me cut you out of my life. Of course not, because you're in a relationship with Bir Khan. You're not in a sexual, romantic relationship with Michael. So Michael don't ask you to cut Bir Khan out. And that's exactly what Bir Khan said. Bir Khan said, we are in a relationship. And I'm on Bir Khan's side 100%. Laura told him it's changing how I feel. Bir Khan said, how you feel about Michael? She said, no. So this conversation is changing. She's claiming it's changing how she feels about Bir Khan. So Bir Khan left out. He said, I'm going to go get some air. And he left out. And Laura is she's not happy that he walked out on the conversation. She said he's disrespectful, he's controlling. This ain't the man she was talking to online, and blah, 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 blah. Last but not least, we have Rick and Trisha. Trisha told us that after they argued about her ex, they went back to the hotel and had made up sex. Trisha said it was really good and she loved sex after an argument. So next they get on a plane to go on a romantic trip to an island. After the plane ride, on the drive to the hotel, they passed a mall and Trisha asked Rick to buy her some bathing suits. Rick told her, "We'll see." Then he told her she has expensive taste. She told him he's cheap. Then he called her bougie. And he topped it off by saying, "I ain't nobody's sugar daddy." Where'd that come from? All she wanted was a bathing suit. Not for you to pay her rent. Not for you to buy her a car. All she wanted was a damn bathing suit. I mean, if you can't afford to date, then don't date. Damn. Trisha told him she will never ask him for anything ever again. She is pissed. So they get to the hotel room and there is some heart-shaped decoration on the bed with flowers. Rick said, "See what I set up for you?" He ain't set that up. That's what they do at the hotels. They usually put romantic stuff on the bed. He's full of crap. He didn't do shit. She's obviously still pissed about the sugar daddy comment he made while they were in the car, and she told him, "I don't care." Rick said, "Oh, you don't care? Of course you don't care, because the flowers aren't made of gold." So he's calling her a gold digger. He called her... So they started arguing, and he told her she was acting like a sugar baby. So she's a gold digger, she's a sugar baby, he's a sugar daddy. All these names he's throwing at her. Why? He told her he's already doing things for her, and she's asking for more. He told her he will get her what she needs, not what she wants. She told him, let's make it easy. Keep your money. He said, "See, this is the type of attitude I could have found in the States." What's he trying to say? That the women in the States got attitude problems? Is that what he's trying to say? Bastard. He's insulting American women. Asshole. Why is she with this old, broke, rude man? Why? Why? She said to him, "Why did you come here?" He told her, "Because I thought you were different." She said, "I thought you were different." He told her, "I am not your ex-boyfriend," because ex-boyfriend is supposed to have been rich. She's sitting there with tears running down her face. I don't know why she's crying for this guy. Rick asked her what was she expecting from him. He said, "You know what I do for a living. Tap dance and he sell hair online." She told him, "I know you're not rich." He said, "What happened to loving me for me?" He said, "That's what you said in the beginning." So next they go on a boat ride, and Rick told us that they decided to put a pin in the argument and decided to enjoy themselves on this trip. So they go to this beautiful beach, and they sat on the beach, and Rick apologized. He did a fake apology to Trisha. And I said it's a fake apology because in his confessional, he was saying how, "I can't believe she want me to buy her stuff. Who the hell she thinks he is?" So I think it was a fake apology. He claimed that her asking for things triggered what happened to him in his past relationships. He claimed if he didn't give them things, they wouldn't want to be with him anymore. Well, I think there's a way of talking to people. She asks you for something, and if you can't afford it, talk to her nicely. He's throwing out words like sugar daddy, sugar baby, gold digger. Don't do that. He didn't have to do any of that. All he could have said was, "I'll buy you something, but, I don't have a lot of money. Hey, babe, I'll buy you some stuff. I'll buy you some things, but I don't have a lot of money. I'm not rich." He had to throw out sugar daddy. "I'm not nobody's sugar daddy. You're my sugar baby. You ain't gold digger." He had to throw out none of those words. Grown-ass men don't know how to talk to somebody. So we found out that Rick brought over a lady from Nigeria on a K-1 visa, and he married her. That was his wife, and she had high expectations. And I bet the reason she had high expectations is because he wasn't honest with her about his finances. I bet you that's why she had high expectations from him. Trisha said, "When you bring me to your country, you have to take care of my needs. and he promised to take care of her needs when he bring her to the country. So they made up. But he's still scared to tell her about going to see his ex in Colombia. And he should be. And I hope she dumped that ass when he tells her. That was the end of the episode. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.